This is a classic drawing book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain by Betty Edwards, and she has a number of activities that are used widely in teaching art. We're going to do this exercise, Vase Faces. So this is a kind of a fun optical illusion. If you look at the negative space or the space around the vase, you see little faces. If you look at the black shape, it looks like a vase. What you're going to do is draw a profile of a face. If you're right-handed, you're going to draw it on the left side of the page. If you're left-handed, you're going to draw it on the right side of the page. Then you're going to try to draw it and experience a shift in your mode of thinking. So the first side, you're going to draw all the symbols that you know and name them as you draw. I'll show you what I mean. I'm right-handed, so first I'm going to draw a profile. This is kind of my analytical mode. So I know there's a forehead, and then an eyebrow, and then a nose, and then lips, and a chin. Okay, there's a profile. So she says to draw it and then go back over it and name all those parts. Forehead, eyebrow, nose, lips, chin. Now I'm going to draw a cross, and I'm just going to look at the line I drew and experience kind of a shift in the way I'm thinking. So this side represents drawing symbols, shapes from memory, and naming them. That's kind of an analytical process. Now I'm going to try to repeat my line, but I'm going to have to think differently. Now I'm looking across and I'm trying to just mirror. It almost becomes hard to talk in this mode because it's not really a language thing, it's much more of a visual mode. Okay, so it became hard to talk, and honestly, I was a bit distracted from this more flowing, non-analytical mode by the fact that I'm making a video. You'll notice when you try doing this exercise, first you're drawing your symbols that you know for a face, then you're just kind of looking across at the shapes and seeing how things line up. Are those curves symmetrical? Okay, you can see when I'm thinking like that, it's hard to talk, so it doesn't work great for making a video. But be aware of these shifts in yourself and how when you're really in a drawing mode, your analytical aspect is almost turned off. To experience that again, you can try making a monster face. So here on the, I draw on the left side because I'm right-handed. You can see this monster has a bumpy, lumpy forehead, a big eyebrow, deep set eye, a piggy kind of nose, and a big tooth on the bottom. Just make up some kind of crazy line. And then again, you're going to try to repeat your line on the other side. I'll show you when I'm done because I can't talk while I do this, and you'll see why for yourself. So here's the finished drawing, and on the left side of the screen you can see the different aspects of the L mode versus the R mode. The L and R stand for left and right brain, but the truth is we don't really use the separate halves of our brain separately. But there are different modes of thinking, and you will notice that as you draw, it helps to be in that nonverbal, more spatial, relational mode of looking. And the more often you practice being in that mode, the easier it is to shift into it. So where you ask yourself spatial questions rather than naming things, and also rather than criticizing so much. It helps with your flow, I think. For some of you, it already is there or comes easily. For some of you, it might be a struggle, but give yourself the opportunity to experience that, and it'll become easier to access. Then also, it doesn't matter if you know how to draw a rose or something, you just know how to look. It's really about shifting into being able to see clearly.